we join you from Jerry World, AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, a good one in the AFC East. It's the Super Bowl champion, Philadelphia Eagles. It's the Philadelphia Eagles.
Here are your Dallas Cowboys.
Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen with you. The Pro Bowler Brandon Aubrey has a set. And off we go from Arlington. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here come the Eagles, and they are led by the reigning Super Bowl MVP. What a season for Jalen Hurts. Took the Eagles to the mountaintop. Now his 6th season in the NFL.
You know, the conversation around Jalen Hurts is always a difficult one because to a lot of people outside, they strictly look at the box score. They look at his passing numbers and touchdown numbers, and they say, okay, he's a second-tier quarterback. But when you look at the situation he's in, the style of play in which they ask him to do, be the field general of a very talented and very balanced offense in Philadelphia, he is the exact perfect quarterback that they need to execute that vision. So he's not going to throw for 40 touchdowns. He's not going to throw for 5,000 yards, and that's exactly the way they want it. He is as dynamic, he is as competitive, and as good as any quarterback in the NFL.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down, and that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
Hurts gonna hold on to this one, and he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
So it's just a simple read, but it's really well defended. They had both the give and the pull reads both accounted for, and the play ends up going nowhere.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Moving left, he'll take off again. And he'll avoid the contact, sliding down, pick up a 6, and it'll be 3rd down.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
On 3rd down, here's Hurts. That's going to be pulled in by Brown. And he will score. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Eagles. Terrific this one, Greg, on the opening drive. Getting the ball in the air, down the field, and into the end zone for 6.
We wondered all week, Mike, if this secondary would get tested, especially as the game progressed. Well, we didn't have to wait very long. I mean, a big play early, and we got ourselves a 6-0 ball game.
Jake Elliott now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead.
Eagles 7, Cowboys nothing.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On On the return, here's Turpin. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Cowboys come out, and they are led out by Dak Prescott, as they have been for a decade. Wow. It's his 10th season as a Cowboy, three-time Pro Bowler, who is now 32 years old.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
2nd and 11. Prescott. He's got the open man. That's Jalen Tobin. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert it.
They'll try to run for it with first down up to the 40.
A gain of 3 yards.
So after giving up a touchdown to start the game, you'd hate to then turn around on your opening drive and give the ball back after a 3-and-out. So that's a nice hard run there, nothing fancy, but just maintain possession and get a fresh set of downs.
On play action, here's Dak. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early.
Automatic first down.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. They run over center with Williams. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. That's John Campbell getting in there to make the play.
It's 2nd and 8.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, play action. It's Prescott. To the left side, he's got Ferguson. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for 3rd down.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do. And man, the play action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
Flush to his right. He'll try to run for it. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. They get 21 on that one. First down, Cowboy
yard line.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
He's got a man. It's CeeDee Lamb. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
13 more yards.
That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Here's Prescott. He'll get that to Javonte Williams. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've got...
And he's in! Dak Prescott, touchdown Cowboys!
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Cowboys come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Bigsby to return it. Whoa! A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Eagles offense ready to get going with their second possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. Carry for Saquon Barkley. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
Back at the 29-yard line.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
Second down throw for Hurts. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
And that is incomplete.
And it's just a really nice job responding after giving up that early touchdown. And sometimes adversity early in the game can kind of be a good thing, Mike. It kind of snaps guys in and says, hey, we got to lock in, dial into our game plan, dial into our prep. So came out a little sloppy, gave up the opening drive score. Now they settle down and they're able to get a stop.
Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. The Cowboys offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
So the offense trots out the old jumbo package. So they bring out 3 tight ends, big bodies, but the defense kind of sees it coming. They've got to change it up. You can't be so predictable. Big bodies run, small bodies pass, and I think that's a little bit of what's going on here.
It'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes third down.
Quinyon Mitchell on the tackle. It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now Prescott. That's caught by Tolbert right side.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
On fourth down, the veteran Brian Anger runs a punt for Dallas. Back deep, Jahan Dotson. That one gonna land a little too close to the goal line. Doesn't stop into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Hurts. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And that'll set up 4th down.
So I don't hate this call, Mike. You think it's 3rd and short, everyone's at or near the line of scrimmage. There's a lot of green grass downfield in the passing game. Traditionally, though, I'm a little more comfortable with this call when you've made the decision that even if it falls incomplete, you're going for it on 4th down. So I don't love 3rd and short bomb punt. I do love 3rd and short, okay, you fail, I'm going to go for it on 4th down.
The Cowboys offense ready to get back to work. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. A dive, but too far out in front of him. Incomplete.
So they don't connect here, Mike, but I kind of like the early message because now as a defense, they have to understand that even if we have this guy covered, one of the best players in the entire league, this quarterback's going to continue to give him a chance at the ball. So not only do we have to cover him, we have to contest and make a play on every throw.
He'll get this complete. It's George Pickens. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Third down, they need 5. Dak to throw. Open man, left side. He's got it. Prescott to his main man Lamb. CD gets the Cowboys a 1st down.
Good for a Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target, but I don't think it's going to be his last.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A 1st down.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. It's another run here for Williams. And And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
10 more yards.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
2nd and inches. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Brings up 3rd down.
I don't mind the call, giving it to the fullback, thinking he can just kind of plow his way through and pick up the first down. But what you're not expecting is for him to actually lose yardage, and that's exactly the case here. Now changes things a little bit now as they face this 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. He slams it in there, and he is in. Devontae Williams. Touchdown, Dallas. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
On for the PAT is Aubrey. It's up and through. Cowboys will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Eagles 7.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Bigsby to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. Inside the 35. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. Eagles in possession to start the second quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. To throw is Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 13 on that screen play. And a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
On second down, Hurts. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he'll take this one in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Elliott now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Eagles will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Short kick taken at the 17. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Williams. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
That's brought in right side by Pickens.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
3rd and short. Prescott. That's caught by Luke. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
13 yards on the play. And the Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
First down, it is Williams. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Williams gets it on the draw. And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up 3rd down.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. The pressure gets there, and down he goes.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Here's Brian Anger now. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And this will go down as a punt inside the 20 as it continues out of bounds. The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. They bring a tight end in motion left. Going to keep it on the option. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30. Now a stoppage for an injured player, and it's Saquon Barkley who appears to be shaken up. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. The Auburn alum, Jake Bigsby. He left that first defender grasping for air as he winds up getting 8 out of that one.
8 yards on the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's 2nd and 2. Quick throw, the RPO to Goddard. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Quick slant into the hands of Smith. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
A gain of 9.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 23
Plenty
yards.
of room after that catch. Big gainer of 23.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out. Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
2nd down, they need 3. On 2nd down, Bigsby. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Forced the incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
And he's going to have the Eagles' first down. And more. It'll wind up a gain of 5 on 4th and 2.
Sometimes it's just the obvious decision that's the correct one. I mean, the offensive line and their ability to win at the point of attack, all you need is one guy to displace the defender and just move him, and that's exactly where the play is designed to go. So you earn the trust to keep the ball on the ground in these gotta-have-it moments, and they come through.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Cowboys' 10-yard line.
2nd and 7. They'll run it with the Boston College bruiser, A.J. Dillon. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and best might have even lost a yard there.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Trying to keep a drive alive, going to have to convert on 3rd and 9. Taking off, he'll try, and he'll get into the end zone. Jalen Hurts, touchdown Eagles. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Here's Elliott for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Eagles have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return, here's Turpin. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14. And they'll begin 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Prescott. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
And this is where the timing of these passing game, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front.
And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
Gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Out of the shotgun, they give it to Williams. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up 4th down.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 50. The Eagles offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Ground, it is Bigsby to start this drive. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. 16 yards on the game and a quick 1st down.
That's good for an Eagles 1st down.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but The offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
And in motion is Brown. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Greg and I, back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium after this. Hurts to the air on first down. We'll get a stoppage here. There is an injured Cowboy. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff will get a chance to look him over during the break. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. To throw is Hurts. Now a screen set up for Bigsby. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing it.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
A gain of 14. And an Eagle first down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. We've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
And he's going to have the first down. They're also in field goal range at the 28-yard line.
15 more yards. That's another Eagles first down.
So the Eagles will use their first timeout here as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Hurts again. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
That's good.
Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half.
It's a gain of 10.
That one picks up a first down.
Philadelphia.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. Running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the first down. It'll be 1st and goal.
And an Eagles first down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles can tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
Outside of coming away with a touchdown, I'm not sure they could have done any better to close out that half. I mean, they burned all the clock. They don't let the opponent possess the ball, and they come away with points.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone, for quarter number 3. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. The deficit is 10, 24-14. So work to do as they come up for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's down. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the 1st down.
He's going to take this past the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
Down the sideline, past the 40. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
That's another.
They get an even 20 on that one. That's good for a Dallas 1st down.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
On 3rd down, Prescott. He's going to have the 1st down and more. That's a gain of 14 and a 1st down.
14 yards. That's another Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the
really nice job there, Mike.
line.
All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Dak. Left side. Caught by Lamb. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
A pitch comes to Williams. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Prescott now. There's a short one that's caught by Ferguson. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. That is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
Well, they say football is a game of inches, and plays like this explain why. You pick up a little bit more, it's a fresh set of downs. Now on 4th and short, this coach has a decision to make.
25-yard attempt.
Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys are able to get it back within a score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. Bigsby to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Eagles offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Hurts going to hold on to this one. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick 1st down.
A gain of 19 yards. That's good for the Eagles. 1st down.
When you're defending Jalen Hurts, Mike, the challenge is not only do you have to try to take away all the weapons at his disposal, but you have to account for him as a runner. And in this case, that's exactly what the offense dials up, and you can see why.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Bigsby. Down the sideline, past the 45. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 28
A pickup there of 28 yards.
Eagles, 1st down.
Watch the running back's patience here, Mike. He's slow, and then he hits it. That's the key here. If he goes too fast, their linemen aren't ready yet. Really well executed. Great run.
The RPO, that one is complete. He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. This one not quite on target. Too much, and that one falls incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and it'll be 3rd down.
So they're trying to get the ball out of the hand of the quarterback. That's the best way to slow down any good pass rush, but the accuracy and the run after catch is a critical part of the play. So when this ball is not thrown out in front, what they call the front shoulder pad throw, it makes it really hard for this slant route to get completed, and the ball's thrown so far behind them. The defenders knew a pass was coming. They had their ears pinned back here on third down, but they initially allowed him to escape the pocket and make a break for it, but give them credit. They recognized the scramble quickly, rallied to the ball, stopped him short of the first down.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on fourth down. Here's Hurts. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they find a way to keep the chains moving on fourth down.
I think this decision clearly comes to the fact that this head coach, he has a ton of confidence in his quarterback, understanding he's going to make the right decision in the right moment, and in this case, starts out as a passer, quickly decides to turn into a runner. He's able to pick up the first down.
Running here is Dillon. And he will score! A.J. Dillon. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
On is Elliott to add the extra point. The kick is good, and the Eagles will extend this third quarter lead.
Cowboys 17.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return, here's Turpin. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 3. The play action. It's Prescott. To the outside. Catch made by Pickens. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. First down. Cowboys.
First down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Again, Prescott to the air. Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
17 yards.
17 yards on that play. That's good for a Dallas first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 19-yard
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense. This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Back to throw is Prescott. Short throw, caught by Ferguson. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cowboys are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. At the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. Bigsby to return it. Wow! Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Man in motion is Smith. A fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. He is met and dropped. Couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. Hurts to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. This one's going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
Taken down back at
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. That's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
And he's going to be taken down, a sack on what likely will wrap up play in this 3rd quarter.
Sacked. A loss of 7 yards. And it's 3 and out.
So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here comes the Eagles punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And a short field awaits. Fair catch taken on this side of midfield. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. Here's a handoff to Williams. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Second down, Prescott. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think you'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Anytime you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch, and instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away, then become a runner.
And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Critical third down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the fourth quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
He'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Traditionally in first and 10, Mike, a defense is not playing for draw. So I think in this case, it was their quick reaction to the ball and able to get someone to meet the runner and stop him behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a second down throw for Prescott. Open receiver, it's Tolbert. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
They picked up 17 through the air. First down, Cowboys.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the two needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter.
And he's going to be out of bounds following a gain of about 5 on first down.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
To the air again, Prescott. A quick slant taken by Lamb. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with first and goal.
Cowboys, first down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
He'll run. It's Williams. And he will score. Game on. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Cowboys. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
The Cowboys will line up.
Shotgun snap for Prescott. That is incomplete. And the two-point conversion is unsuccessful.
Mike, there's not a lot of ways to break this play down other than saying you get the wide open target, you have the play you want, you're aggressive going for two, you just got to catch the ball.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Bigsby to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Eagles offense make their way out to take over once more. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. Man in motion is Smith. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10 and a quick first down.
That's good for an Eagles first down. It's a gain of 10 and an Eagle first down.
So, first and 10 here now at the 38. On play action. Hurts.
The pass. Deron Bland on the tackle. Tackled back at the 28-yard line.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
For whatever reason, when the ball was in the air, Mike, it seemed to me like he was almost having a little trouble tracking it. I'm not sure if that's what allowed the defender to catch back up, but ultimately it was the contact at the catch point that causes the incomplete, and now it's going to bring up third and real long.
He'll let this go for Goddard. And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
On fourth down, out comes the punter, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. This kick hangs up, and the fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready for this next possession. Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line. He'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
On second down, it's down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Jalen Phillips that time. In there for the sack.
Well, as they face this possible 3-and-out following that second down sack, now if you're the quarterback, you've got to be thinking, get the ball out of my hand, find a matchup I like downfield, and try to push this ball past the sticks and keep this drive alive.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. This one is complete. It's Pickens. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Just what the punter's hoping to do. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. Hurts. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
I feel like their quarterback, for the most part, has looked pretty solid. I mean, it's everybody else that seems to have let him down with the drop balls and the mistakes. That's really what's killing these drives.
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. To the outside, catch made by Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds, up past the 20. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Open man, Devontae Smith.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw today, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Hurts. This one, batted away. It's incomplete.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And that is incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
They're all set to punt this one away. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Cowboys offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. First and 10 now from the 36. play action. Here's Dak. Left side, caught by Lamb. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Pistol now for Prescott. There's a short one that's caught by Ferguson, and he's going to be taken down right at midfield. It's a gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Dallas first down.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
And some good footwork there. He'll take this forward for a gain of 8.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Now it's Williams. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Give them 14 on that one. First down, Cowboys.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical, right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. That's caught by Tolbert, right side. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. A pickup of 14 as he takes it to the 14.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. They'll take this forward for about 5.
On the tackle. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 8-yard line.
Now 2nd and 4. On the ground, Williams. And he's into the end zone yet again. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Dallas. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And making a hat trick. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value.
And he will get into the end zone. The conversion is good, and the lead is up to 3 here in the 4th quarter.
Eagles 31.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Bigsby to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Eagles offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Here's first down. Hurts going to fire this one out to Smith. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. Double as good there. They get the first down and save a timeout. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
First down, Eagles.
Man in motion is Smith. They'll drop to throw.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
14 yards on that pass play there. First down, Philadelphia. Again, Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play. Now, on second and long. Try it again. He'll get that out to Barkley. And he's going to be out of bounds. Gain of just a couple. And now we've got third down coming up.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
The crowd cranking it up another notch before third and long. Hurts again, taking a shot downfield for Smith. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on fourth down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game. And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. Fourth quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
We are in the final minute of what is now a tie game as we are set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Turpin. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. This game level following the made field goal. So they need to put something together here. It begins with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout. And a comes with 36 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to first and 10. Now Prescott. Right back to Williams. They connect again. And he won't get away. Good open tackle there to get him down behind the line.
Brings up second and 12 at the 41-yard line.
They'll come up now for second down. Prescott. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
Third down and 12 yards to go.
Throw again, Dak. And the rush gets there. Down he goes.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
The Cowboys get their special teams out on the field. Important punt here in this tie game late. And he's going to be taken down, and that will do it. 4 quarters, no winner. Let's keep going. We're off to overtime. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. He'll take it at the 12. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. Going to throw it here on first down. Pass completed right side to Ferguson. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Now a second down throw for Prescott. Whoa! And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
It'll be a run out of the gun with Williams. And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. Second down.
At the 43-yard
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Second down. Prescott. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
He's got his man. It's Pickens. 15 yards through the air. That's good for a Dallas first down.
And the Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
Here's a second and 3 from the 33. A shotgun snap for Prescott, who allows another catch for his favorite target. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
At the 19-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20. Here comes Williams on the toss to the right. And he is out of bounds at the 4-yard line. That is a gain of 15, and now it's first and goal.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
That one, take it in. Jalen Tolbert, touchdown Cowboys. Greg, exactly the way you want to handle it when you get the ball to start overtime.
Absolutely, Mike. You want to strike first. You understand the defense is wearing down. It's been a long game. Now you are one stop away from getting out of here with a huge win.
The kick is good. So an ideal start to this overtime. And now it's up to the defense to preserve a 7-point lead. So, thanks to that recent rule change, still the chance to extend this game and match that opening overtime score as they receive the kickoff here. He'll get this out to the 25-yard line, but a penalty marker may bring it back a bit.
Automatic first down.
In motion is Brown. Now a first throw here in overtime. Under pressure and down he goes. They got him. Dante Fowler in there for the sack. It is a loss of 6 to begin the drive.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
Second down throw for Hurts. Downfield by Smith. A huge play there in overtime. And even 30 yards.
Down. A gain of 30. First down, Philadelphia.
This guy has just such a knack for getting open, Mike, and whenever they're looking for that big play, he's usually one of the guys at the top of the progression, and it's pretty easy to see why.
He connects downfield to Doxson, and he's down inside the 40-yard line.
4 yards.
They get 25 on that connection. Good for an Eagles first down.
If you're going to give him this much time to scan the field, he's inevitably going to find an open man downfield like he does here. That's a great job remaining patient and letting that play develop.
First down throw there is incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
The second down throw is incomplete.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play, and good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss.
Let's see what they do here. This is 4th and long. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's going to be caught. And he's not going to get away. They got him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on down.
Well, that was a disaster. I like the call. I like going for it on 4th down. Give your offense a chance to extend this drive and maintain possession, but after going the wrong way, now they're going to have to watch the other team take over after failing to move the chains.
So it's a win for the Cowboys. They had to work for this one. All even through 4 quarters, able to get the breakthrough in overtime to come away with a victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys, as we say so long from Arlington.